Dad, I've been thinking that you've been playing these games too much.
What? What are you talking about? You're crazy.
Well, I'm thinking that it might go all to your head.
Nonsense. What do you need?
I need help on my essay.
An essay? I can do that. That seems easy enough. What's your essay on?
Albert Einstein.
There, all done.
Hey, Dad! Can you help us build some Legos? Please, Dad. Dad, come on! Don't be a punk!
Your Legos are already built.
Wow! Thanks, Dad!
What's up, guys? Joel Valley from Media Glitch here. If you're watching this on TV, you're coming back from a commercial break. Thank you again for sticking with us. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we have a great episode for you guys today. I can't even explain how awesome it was to receive an email from Sega saying, here's your copy of Fist of the North Star. Man, okay. Let me introduce my guest on the show today. We got War Gamer Girl, Miranda. How you doing?
Hello.
And we got Rockman, aka Mega Man in the States.
That's right.
From the hit game Mega Man 11. Thank you so much for
you.
stopping in on your world tour. I know you're like crazy busy, and dude, it's greatly appreciated. Now, if you can see, Eddie, you got that camera. Look over here. Just pan over my desk. I'm a Sega fanboy. I always have been. I'm sorry, Nintendo, but I've always been a Sega fanboy. So super excited to get a review copy.
So thank you, Sega.
So I'm gonna cut right now to my review of Fist of the North Star, guys. Whew, I hope you are ready. Here it is. Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise comes from Sega. And man, you got my favorite game company making my favorite anime. This is exciting, guys. But before we can get into it, let's talk about what started it all for me, and that is the original anime that came out in 1986 that changed my life. I used to watch this thing on a daily basis, and I still love it. It's my favorite anime of all time. Nothing has replaced it. With every death battle I've seen, just solidified the love that I would have for this thing in the future. And of course, they've made different spin-offs like TV series, they've made different movies, and the art has actually evolved quite a bit throughout the years. I'm still a fan of the old school original way of doing it, but still, good stuff worth checking out. And so we got a lot of TV, we got a lot of movies. We even got a full-length movie that I don't want to talk about.
You're already dead.
There's also books and comics, but as far as video games, we got one on the NES, which is actually the sequel to the first one that was out on the Famicom. We didn't get that one, but in Japan, they also got Fist of the North Star 3, and a 4, and a 5. And we did get one on the Mark III that was later ported over to Sega Master System, which was called Black Belt. There's one for the Mega Drive that has blood, but all that was taken out and retitled The Last Battle for the Sega Genesis. We got one for the Game Boy and one for the PS3. And so there's been Fist of the North Star slot machines, arcade machines that look like this when you played them. There's so many Fist of the North Star games that didn't make it to North America, but they're out there and you can find them and you can play them. Now the question is, are they good? Well, some are good and some aren't so good, in fact, and some were remakes, but all in all, there hasn't been one that's just been like mind-blowing that I know that I actually love. Like, that I just like, this is the greatest game, man, I love this game. And that brings us to this game, which I actually really, really love, guys. And I know I'm spoiling it, but I just want to get into why I love it, and one of the main reasons is the story. Now, the story for Fist of the North Star is always the same. Kenshiro is looking for his fiancée, Yuria.
I'm looking for someone. A woman named Yuria.
But in this one, it's a lot different because, well, for example, Shin, who always plays a major part in the whole Fist of the North Star storyline, dies in like the first 10 minutes, which I thought was pretty interesting. And from there, his death takes you to the city of Eden, which is kind of a city that's been locked down in behind walls. Beyond those walls, crime-free, no drugs, stuff like that. And Kenshiro believes that Yuria is in there and he needs to get in there. And the story unfolds, guys, and this is the best part of this game. The story is so good. It's got twists, it's got turns, it's got familiar elements of the original story, but told in a different way, and I just love the way they do it. You're gonna recognize a lot of people from here, some of the older. They even put Bad in there, which is awesome, and he does exactly what he's supposed to do. But guys, you should play this game for the story alone. It is so, so good.
Damn it. You got company.
And the winner is Kenshiro!
Now let's talk about the graphics of this game. If you are a fan of the anime, if you're a fan of even the newer stuff and the comics, you will quickly notice that they did an amazing job translating that over to a video game world. And wow, when I played this, I was just blown away by how it felt like that post-apocalyptic world of Fist of the North Star, and you just wanted to be in it. When I wasn't playing this game, I wanted to be playing it, and they just caught the feel so good. And the animations of when you're fighting, everything feels fluid, everything feels good. There's no hiccups, nothing like that. That cel-shaded look really helps bring that comic feel to it. There was no frame rate issues, no stuttering of any kind. The wasteland looked great. I guess there was some issues I had. There was a little bit of load time once in a while, not all the time, on battles like you just seen right there. And if you're a slow reader, some of the animations would repeat and it would look really weird. There's also the issue of reskinning NPCs, so for some reason, 1/4 of the people in this town look like Manny Pacquiao. I don't know why. Now, NPC reskinning has always been a problem since the 8-bit era, but all in all, man, this game, graphically, they did it right. It looks so good.
Now, it's time for the fighter you've all been waiting for! Your challenger, Kenshiro.
Now, gameplay can really make or break a video game. Doesn't matter how good it looks, that can be an issue. Now here, luckily, the gameplay for the most part is good. The fighting feels fluid, it feels awesome. People say it gets repetitive, and it does around chapter 9 and 10, but there are different things you can do, and I'll talk about it later, that help that go away. The problem here is the locking system. You can lock on an enemy, but you don't know which one, so you might be locked on the wrong one, go to use your super move on a big guy and end up wasting it on a low powered guy, and it was so frustrating. The other really bad thing in this game is the camera movement. Oh my gosh, don't even try to move that camera. Oddly enough, you will get used to it. You just have to, like, it's counterintuitive because you have to, like, okay, I just got to leave the camera alone. Let that camera follow me. And sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. But it can be frustrating, but it's not a deal breaker here, guys. The game is still enjoyable once you get used to it. But it does cause a problem on some of the boss fights because you just can't move the camera fast enough and do all the controls that you need to do. So there's a lot of times you don't even see it coming and you get hit by something. So all in all, I think they did a good job. They could have done better.
I know you're doing your best here, but that's just not enough.
Now when starting the game, you got 3 modes to choose from. You can actually lower the volume of bloodshed, which is cool if you're a pansy, but if you're a true Fist of the North Star fan, you like it bloody. So, like I said, the fighting is amazing, it's fluid, but up in the left corner, you guys are going to see a 7-star meter there. Now, as you kill people, that 7-star meter rises up, gets you into like where you're blue, and if you hit R2, you activate what's called burst mode. Now, when you're in burst mode, you can take hits without falling back. You can do special abilities. It's really awesome. There's also moves called strike moves, which are basically, if done right, instantly kill your opponent. And it gives you a nice little cool animation as well. There's also moves called channeling points that you can do by specifically hitting the circle button at the right time, causing an instant kill. That instant kill will cause them to drop these blue orbs. Those blue orbs fill up your 7-star meter and the cycle repeats itself. There's also skill trees. Like I said, if the combat starts to get repetitive, you can use your skill orbs or mind orbs to unlock brand new moves. And honestly, it changes the whole fighting system. So if it's getting repetitive, it's your own fault. How do you get those skill orbs? When you're fighting, right here you have an experience level bar. You level up, get those orbs, and so you can do that. Now, there's also talismans that you can unlock, you can upgrade. These talismans can be assigned to your D-pad. And for example, like if you die, you come back to life because you use a talisman. There's a bunch of things that make you more powerful. I won't spoil it for you. But there's also the stores where you can upgrade your gear to make you more powerful. But if you notice, my seller is at max. And you get better prices when they're at max. How do you get max? Well, you become a bartender where they frequently go and you make awesome drinks for them and win favor, basically. So now this one, the way you got to do your controller and how fast you have to move it, be careful. You never want someone to walk in on you doing that. But after you've done it, go ahead and buy yourself some new gear at low prices. You won't be disappointed. Also, there's other stores that you can buy like beef jerky and food that will, of course, give you life in your battles, right? So how do you make money? You can go to the casino. You can play some roulette. You can play some blackjack. You can play some poker. You can manage a nightclub where you have an assortment of women that you can send out to, well, let's just say please men and make money that way. There's also the gladiator games where you can just fight hordes of enemies in a gladiator style competition for money. Then there's the bounty hunter list. Now, these are the worst criminals of Eden. You can go after them, and this is where there's a lot of money to be made. There's also side missions, and you can even be a doctor and heal patients. All these things will give you rewards. You can be in the buggy and do races and get parts and different other kinds of loots that you could use later in the game. Now that we're talking about the buggy, I just want to say, because I've seen some reviews of people saying the buggy is uncontrollable, it's horrible to use, it drives like trash, and you know what? Yes, it does in the beginning. Why? Because it is trash. You buy a junker and you have to upgrade it, and that's what Bat's there for. He's going to upgrade your buggy, so just calm down, people. You can make this thing pretty awesome. And the wasteland is a huge area, and you're going to find a lot of enemies that you're going to fight. But when you win on some of these matches, they'll actually give you a treasure map. And you can see I unlocked one here right now. And so that treasure map's going to lead you to, of course, more money, more treasure, but it also leads you to what is a treasure in my heart, and that is a retro video game console that you can put in Eden in the retro arcade, and you can go there and you can play these things at any time, like Space Harrier cabinet or the OutRun cabinet. Guys, it's so awesome that you can play these arcade machines, these ports, anytime you want. Even the crane game plays like a crane game. It's crazy.
Eat my dust.
All in all, man, the gameplay here is solid. Everything's hitting good. Besides the little gripes of the camera and the locking issues, this game is so much fun to play. Now let's talk about music and sound, guys. They did it right. All the music here, like when you're fighting, it sounds energetic. It sounds great. In fact, just take a listen. Now in the Wasteland, you can choose different tracks in your truck. Here we're listening to Super Monkey Ball, but you can unlock more through those treasure maps. The sounds of this game are really, really well done, guys. I think that they did a good job. When you're fighting, you feel like you're doing some damage to these guys. During the cutscenes, you hear footsteps, you hear the world around you. It's very cinematic. A very high production value here. They didn't cut no corners, guys. You're going to be very, very happy with the score of this game and the sounds.
They're all... Kenshiro, did you do this alone?
You have no idea how far a broken, desperate man
You thought that you were an ace, but you're just another joker.
Now let's talk about replayability, guys. Let's say you get to the credit sequence and you think, should I go to GameStop and trade this in for $3 worth of credit? Or should I keep playing? Yes, keep playing, because you have new game data carryover, or you have Endless Eden, 2 modes that are really awesome. I like the new game data carryover personally because you get to start the game exactly as powerful as you left off. That means you get to go to get to Shin and just beat him in one punch, and there's nothing more satisfying than that. There's just a ton of stuff to do here, guys. There's also the movies. You can watch all those over again. They're great. There's so many mini games here, guys, that I can't even mention them all to you. There's no way I could get it all in this review. There's ways you can unlock different skins, and that's not even to mention the bartending, the managing the nightclub, the arcade, the bounty hunter, the casino, the trophy system. There's also tons of side stories that you'll never even get to, like 25% of them just going through the story mode. So guys, there is enough stuff to keep you beating your meat for weeks. That was my review. Guys, wow.
That good.
That good.
All right.
I loved this game. In fact, besides the little things I said that I didn't quite agree with, besides that, it's still got, it's probably like, because every year I do a top 10 games of 2000 whatever year we're in. It's at number 3.
For the whole year?
For the whole year.
How does it stack up compared to the other Fist of the North Star games?
Oh, this is the Fist of the North Star game I've wanted my whole life.
The Messiah.
This is it.
This is it.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. And man, I just get lost in this world. And is this review bias? You bet your butt it is. Hell yeah it is. You may not feel this way. Let me just say, disclaimer, you may not feel as passionate about this game as I do. I just love all things Fist of the North Star, man. You know, I got everything. I love it all. But honestly, this is the game I've been wanting for forever. Thank you, Sega, so much for making this game. It is so good. I cannot stop playing it. I cannot stop playing it. You know, it's the platinum. I gotta go platinum. I gotta go for the platinum on it. So, and it's a PS4 exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't have a PS4, kids, I don't know what to tell you.
Go buy one. Tell them that.
Go buy one.
Buy a PS4.
And go buy Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
I really think it's going to get looked over. It's going to get overlooked. Not many people are going to play it. I hope not. I hope I can spread the word. Spread the love.
That's right.
Spread the passion.
That's right. Share this review. If you feel that way about Fist of the North Star, you share that around.
Good job, man. Good job. Looking now. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know, have you played the Fist of the North Star? What do you think of it? And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I just want to take a minute and thank you for watching that video. We really appreciate it here. I just want to thank all of you guys for the support that you have given this channel. And I also want to thank our Patreon people. Special thanks to them for helping us get some of the items that we have on our sets and things like that. We really, really appreciate you guys. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And there's some videos up here. Maybe you guys want to click on one of those to see what else we have in our library, our video library. And also, I just want to say, please share this content on social media. Get the word out there. We just want Media Glitch to grow so we can do bigger and better things. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We appreciate it here. I'm speaking on behalf of all the staff of Media Glitch. We'll see you guys.